Hello, friends, and welcome back to the channel. I'm GungHoGuns, the man with the mustache, mightier than a pal's damage stat. That's right. And today we're diving back into the chaos that is Palworld. God, I have missed this game. Anyway, today I'm building something beautiful. A modern house, not a mud hut, not a sandbox. A sleek, sexy, but fully automated state-of-the-art of functionality fortress. So, I want it all. I want looks and I want brains. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I want all my crafting, all my farming, and all my pal labor all happening without sacrificing style. So grab yourself a drink, maybe even something fancy that comes with ice cubes, because we're about to build a base that makes Elon Musk cry. Let's get to work. If you are looking for people to play Palworld with, why not join the Mando community? We got our own server where you can team up, trade, and conquer together. Plus, after the new year, we're kicking off an epic Nuzlocke challenge. And guess what? You're all invited. All the details you need will be in the description of this video. All right, my friends, thank you again for being here. I very much appreciate every single one of you. I truly mean that. Again, before we begin to do a full walkthrough of this house that I created, I actually want to show you where I got the inspiration from. So if I can really quick show you the other game that I play, it's called Once Human, and I build a lot of houses there because the functionality and the way the builder is, it's very similar to the way that the Palworld one is. It just has more pieces. Anyway, this is the house that I've been creating now for the past couple of weeks, and it's one of my favorite houses in this game. Let's do a quick walkthrough. So as you see, as you kind of enter, you have like the little grass patio location. One of my favorites up here, and here's the front of the house and kind of like the garage part on the back end. Here's how it starts on this side, and then you see like the bricks. I love the little walk pathway. I just thought that was really, really sweet. Again, front of the house, and then here is kind of like the back end. Let's go inside the first one so you kind of see what it looks like. Here is the main flooring. Notice the floor, how it is kind of wood part. Here is the bar, cooking area, and storage. Again, really, really easy, but I just love the way this looks. I'm a big fan of this build personally. Going into the garage, like the main crafting area, if you will, I have all the machines kind of in the front or in the back, and then the cars in the middle. I'm going to do the same thing in Palworld. And then up top, you have the living quarters. You have your main house, bathroom, little bar, little patio as well. And then as we kind of go up, this is where pretty much all the pals are going to live. And then we have the garden on top. So again, I'm going to recreate this in Palworld, and I promise you guys it's going to look pretty awesome. Let's get to work. All right, so the place that I decided to actually make this is this location on this little island called the Sunlit Isle. The reason why for this, I wanted to try because you get a lot of the fuel or the oil reserves in here. However, I actually did make a mistake. There was a tree that I couldn't destroy. So again, it's up to you. You'll see here in a minute. But again, this is where I created it. So if we kind of go there, and you will notice that there is an option for the crude oil. You have one here. You have one in the back here, and there's also another one underneath here by this tree, that if you do decide that you need all three, you can have, because remember, you can do that little trick where you can put 2 of these crew extractors on each of them. So plenty of options for you. Anyway, let's go to the house and kind of see what it looks like. Now, as you see, this is the start. And again, with Palworld, when you are building, if you go to your structures, for example, it doesn't have those small little pieces. That's the only fall part here, so we have to use the big ones, unfortunately. But here kind of is the grassy area. I wish they had an actual grass structures. That'd be really awesome, but I guess this green will do. Here is the front of the house, and here is kind of like the garage and the back end. If we kind of walk back here, I'll actually show you what that looks like. As you see, just like in the other place, we actually have created something very similar over here. Here is the walkway. As you see, this lights up at night pretty cool. Let me actually show you if I can jump on this guy here. There we go. It really lights up as you kind of get close to it. So again, here is the front, here is the garage part, and then the back end. And again, I was able to fit everything in here. But let's go inside, see what that actually looks like. So as we kind of go inside, as you see right over here, They only had one option for the wood, so this is pretty much the best that we can do, unfortunately. Here is kind of the reading area where you can sit and kind of read, your TV area, your books, and all that good stuff, your first patio. And as we make our way, see that tree that I'm talking about? If you would make it somewhere else, so because again, you can destroy this tree, unfortunately, so it's kind of ruining the first floor, in my opinion. But you know, it is what it is. Here is the bar area, and here is the pretty much the kitchen and all of the storage boxes that I've had before. Those are the stairs leading to the second floor. But let's go into the garage. As you see, I was able to fit pretty much everything that you need in here, apart from the big machines for crafting, which I put on the roof. But everything else that you actually need is located inside this garage, and it is 3 high. So all of the pals that are bigger that need to come in here have no problem getting in. They don't get stuck anymore. And I know they already fixed that, but just in case it breaks, that's the reason why we made it this big. Let's go on over here just really quick on the outside, so you kind of see what, you know, the end back of what that looks like as well. Perfect. The servers have been a little stuttering lately. I don't know if you guys are noticing it too. For the past like week, the characters stutter a lot. I mean, we do play on a server for the community, so you know, maybe it's that. Anyway, let's go out to the second floor, and as you see to the left at the living quarters, here is the full garage. And again, it's really bright in here. And again, it's just the lights are just crazy. Maybe we'll just remove one of these lights. It is getting really crazy in here. So again, we have the full-on bathroom in here. I have to figure out why it's really light. Like it is very light in here. I don't know why. I think again, there's some lights somewhere I got to figure out to remove. Anyway, moving on. Here is the bedroom. Here is kind of like your little reading chill area, storage, and a little piano area, and the second patio overlooking the full ocean. And again, we'll come here during the day. I just have to wait until we have a couple players playing right now, so I can't fast forward time, unfortunately. Here is the second area where the pals are kind of live. And again, I kind of put 2 ways to get to them. And as you see, they are all sleeping. Here is on the little patio here. Pretty cool garden, right? I thought it looked really cool. And then on the very, very top, I kind of made this little area because these are huge. I had to come up with something where to put all these. That way, we just put them on the roof. There is enough space for all the pals to come up here, and everything will be as it is. So it's still pretty, you know, pretty on there. The little in-between area where I had the generators in the other game, I kind of put everything in here that we don't, then, you know, none of the pals will come up here, so it's not going to really bother them. And this is enough to keep the base going when all the pals are sleeping all night. But all in all, this is pretty much it for the build. On the outside, as you see over here, I put these trees everywhere because it just gives it that really cool look. Also, the new what are these? The Japanese hot springs are actually really cool, and they come up with this tree in the back, which really fits this build. So I did put these in here, and I put a few of them around the base just because the pals that I have, they just go around and you know, do their thing, so they're always in here. I have 2 crude oil extractors. I really don't need more because I also have them in the other base. But if you need more, all you would have to do is get rid of this, and you would position it this way, and you can actually put 2 in here, 2 in here, and then 2 in there. You can put 6 at this base. I did put a ton of these fishing ponds in here because that is the new meta in the game, as you see right here. Look at all the pals that you can get passively, and not just that, look at all the items that you get from it. Again, main thing being obviously the Coralum ore. This is the passive way of how to get them. So I put 4 of them in here. As you see, there is 4 of them, and they will always, you know, produce whatever you need. On this side of the base, as you see, there is enough area. The way that the build works is that you can actually put all of these around the house, and you can put all of the mining that you're going to need if you want to make this your main base. You will have enough for all of it. And on the very, very bottom, on stilts, I actually have, as you see right here, I have the new PAL expedition here as well. I hid it inside the mountain, as you see here. just because it is very large. So I wanted to build it somewhere, as you see right here, inside the mountain, so I can actually hide half of it inside, so it wouldn't mess with the main build. And as it looks right now, as you see, if there weren't any, blue lines or anything like that, this would actually look like it belongs as or is part of this island, which is really, really cool. All right, and that is it for the build. I'm just gonna do a quick walkthrough on the second floor when it is during the day, because there is not as much light up here, as you see. The patio that is overlooking the whole thing, you kind of see that little island there and the big tree. It just looks fantastic. And the bottom one as well, this patio over here, also kind of overlooks, and you have a couple of trees in there. Again, it just looks really, really cool. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. I really had a lot of fun building this house and trying to kind of replicate what I had in Once Human. There is definitely some structure, that some other builder games have. For example, smaller blocks, smaller walls, things like that, that Once Human does not have. And maybe, if they see this video, they'll add or give us more pieces and more, paints or skins that we can use, on these structures to make them the way that we want. Thanks again for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of the build, and if there's anything in here that you would change, I would love to hear about it, because like I said, I really have a lot of fun building houses, and this was definitely a joy. Anyway, thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. I hope you're having fun in Palworld. Take care, friends.